Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Hub. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you reasons why you should have this at home as a designer. It does more than what you think it can do. If this sounds like what you're interested in, let's go into it. Last month, I had a client that brought a sequence lace for me. Yes, I needed to sew that lace. So while I was working, something happened to me. Something that has never happened to me in my entire life. People say that once that thing does not happen to you, you don't know how to sew yet. I don't know how true it is, but I don't think it's true. It is something you can avoid. While I was sewing the sequence lace, they took off the lights, so I had to move from the industrial machine to the manual machine to finish whatever I was doing. As I was stitching the clothes, I don't know what happened. I just stitched on my finger. I don't just know how it happened. Anytime I'm working, I'm always careful. I'm always avoiding that. I'm always, careful of what I'm doing with my fingers and the pace at which I'm sewing that clothes or stitching that clothes. So I did not know how it happened. I just had, bah! Immediately I saw blood everywhere. It was bleeding. I think it was this finger. So immediately I had, bah! If I could raise my hand up like this, I saw blood everywhere. So one thing that I thank God for, number one Thanksgiving, was that it wasn't the industrial machine. If it was the industrial machine, it would have been worse than the one the manual machine did. It would have been worse. I was first of all grateful to God that it wasn't the industrial machine, it was the manual machine. So immediately I removed my hand, I saw blood everywhere. It was bleeding. What was coming to my mind at that point was to stop the bleeding, and I know that it is methylated spirit that can do that. So I discovered that we no longer have methylated spirit, that the methylated spirit has finished. It was an empty container that was inside. So I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? It was bleeding. I had to first of all stop whatever I was doing to attend to myself first. So I was like, what can I do? So I remember that back then we used to use bitter leaf. I don't know if you know of it. Bitter leaf leaf, bitter leaf. If you squeeze the juice out of it, it can stop bleeding. So I remember that we've used that before back then, So I decided to just, what was coming to my mind at that point was to go outside, because there's one bitter leaf outside. So I wanted to go and pluck some leaves and then squeeze it and at least stop the bleeding first. While I was going out, someone was around. The person was like, what happened? What happened? I was holding my hand like this. It was bleeding. She said, what happened to your hand? And I said, I stitched on my hand and the thing was bleeding. It was like, so what do you want to do? I said, there's no methylated spirit again. I'm thinking of going outside to, get bitter leaf and stop bleeding. He said, do you have machine oil? I said, yes. Wait, she was referring to this. I said, yes. She said, she has used it before. Where she was working before that, there was a day she stitched on her hand, and then the boss said they should put oil, and then they put, and the thing stopped. I was like, at first I was like, machine oil, what's the collaboration between machine oil and the bleeding? So I just had to, okay, let's give it a try. So we brought out the oil, and then it was still bleeding. She poured some oil inside the hand, and we got a fabric that is long, and then we decided to use it to tie the hand around and then pour more oil. Within, it was up to how many seconds the bleeding stopped. I did not know the scientific interpretation of that. I do not know if it is medically proven that machine oil can stop bleeding. At that point, it stopped the bleeding. I do not know if it has been proven medically that machine oil can stop bleeding. I don't know, but at that point it stopped the bleeding, because I had to, like, machine oil can stop bleeding. All I know about it is that you can use it to oil your machine, oil your clipper, or anything machine, you can use it for it. I did not know that it can stop bleeding. So thank God I listened. But I'm not saying that you should go and be using machine oil to stop bleeding. No, get me right. So I know that some people come to the comment section now and start lashing me. Oh, I did not say that machine oil is what you should be using to stop bleeding. No, because we did not have methylated spirit on ground then, and someone suggested that this, and we gave it a try and it worked. It stopped the bleeding. I was expecting that the place should still be, I should still be feeling serious pain in that hand overnight. By the time I woke up the next morning, it was like nothing happened. I didn't feel much pain at all. Like when you get injured in a place on your numbs, the next day you should still be feeling the pain seriously. I did not feel much pain. Within how many days the place was dried up and the place was healed up within 1 week. It was so, the healing was so fast. So I was wondering, what is the connection between machine oil and bleeding? So guys, I'm here to share with you that machine oil can actually do more than what we think it can. Please, if you have a methylated spirit, go ahead and use your methylated spirit when you stitch your hand. Don't go and use machine oil. But when you don't have all of this on ground, I have tested it, I have tried it, I have tried this and it worked. That's why I'm sharing this with you guys, so you can try it. And if you know you have ever stitched your hand as a designer, oh yeah, let's gather in the comment section. Come and share your experience. When did you stitch your hand? After how many years that you have been sewing? When did you stitch your hand? Does it really mean that when you don't stitch your hand, it means you don't know how to sew yet? Because that's what they be saying. Back then when I was learning fashion design, if anybody stitched his or her hand mistakenly in our office, my oga will say, oh yeah, oh, you have no how to sew. You are not the boss. Go and call your parents. Come and do freedom party. It shows that the person already know how to sew very well. That's why the person has to stitch his or her hand. So I don't know your own belief. Let's gather at the comment section. Have you ever stitched your hand? Be truthful. Say the truth. At what time did you stitch your hand? And what was your people that were around when you stitch your hand? What were they saying? Were they saying that you are not the boss? Does it really mean that when you stitch your hand, it shows that you already know how to sew, even when you don't know how to cut yet? That is the belief. So guys, if this video is helpful or inspiring, if you have learned anything from it, subscribe, like this video and give it a huge thumbs up. Please get me right, I did not say you should be using machine oil to stop bleeding. No, if you have your methylated spirit, you can use it, but because we do not have on ground, that is why we use it and it works. So I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel. It's on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever we upload any video. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Up. Don't stop learning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.